You forget where you put your keys, but you remember a conversation from 8 years ago, word for word, and you've replayed it 500 times since, picking apart every sentence you should have said differently. If that sounds familiar, stay with me. By the end of this, you'll understand something about your brain you never had words for. You're not lazy, you're not too sensitive, and you're definitely not broken. There's a name for what's happening in your head. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. High IQ doesn't just mean you're good at math or trivia. It means your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning, reasoning, and predicting outcomes, is wired for constant analysis. It never really switches off. While most brains process a decision and move on, a high IQ brain keeps running simulations in the background. What if I said the wrong thing? What if this goes badly? What if there's an angle I'm missing that everyone else can see? That's not anxiety for no reason. That's a prediction engine that's too good at its job, and it doesn't know how to clock out. This usually starts early. If you were the kid who asked, "But why?" until the adults got annoyed, the kid who noticed when something didn't add up, even when nobody else did, you learned fast that being right wasn't the problem. It was that being right, out loud, made people uncomfortable. So you adapted. Some kids went quiet. Others became the funny one, cracking jokes before anyone could question them, using humor as a shield so nobody got close enough to see how much they were actually processing underneath. Either way, you started keeping the analysis in your head instead of your mouth, and that habit never really left. But here's where it gets interesting, because this isn't just about thinking a lot. It's about thinking in layers most people don't even know exist. Researchers studying high IQ individuals have found something called cortical hyperconnectivity. Basically, more crosstalk between brain regions that usually work separately. Your logical brain and your emotional brain aren't taking turns. They're both online, all the time, talking to each other. That's why a single offhand comment from someone can trigger a full internal investigation. The logic side analyzing the words, the emotional side analyzing the tone, both feeding each other new information to chew on. Add to that an overactive default mode network, the part of your brain responsible for self-reflection, and you get a mind that's basically incapable of just letting things go. And yeah, that comes with the cost. Higher cognitive ability has been linked to higher rates of existential rumination, social isolation, and what psychologists call overexcitability, an intensity of thought and feeling that most people just don't experience. It's also part of why imposter syndrome hits high IQ people so hard. You can see so many angles of a problem that you become acutely aware of everything you don't know yet, while everyone around you only sees the angles they understand. You're not imagining that conversations feel different for you. They genuinely are. And this is the part that explains everything. The loneliness, the overthinking, even the imposter syndrome. It's not because something's wrong with you. It's because your brain is built to notice gaps. Gaps in logic, gaps in fairness, gaps in how people say one thing and mean another. Most brains skip past those gaps without a second thought. Yours stops and stares at them. Every single time, automatically, whether you want it to or not. If you're nodding right now, this next part is for you. That habit of overanalyzing every text message, every silence, every "we should talk," that's not insecurity. That's a high-functioning pattern recognition system doing exactly what it was built to do, just with no off switch installed. Here's the truth nobody tells you. You're not broken. You're not too much. Your brain just runs on a different processing speed, and the world wasn't built with an off switch for people like you. The goal was never to think less. It's to learn when to let the simulation run and when to close the tab on purpose. To notice the spiral starting and choose deliberately to step out of it. That's not a flaw to fix. That's a skill to build, one rep at a time. So if you've spent your whole life feeling like you think too much, you're not too much. You're just wired for depth in a world that was built for speed. And next week, I'm breaking down the one childhood pattern that turns smart kids into adults who can't stop apologizing for taking up space. You don't want to miss that one.